In terms of our own neutrality, Kieran, do you feel it has been undermined in any way by the Irish response to this war?
Totally. The Irish government is using this war to undermine neutrality. The political elite in this country have always been against neutrality. The people, about 70% in recent polls, are for neutrality. But they've been undermining neutrality since they brought US troops into Shannon, which I might add was to bring people for torture. We turned a blind eye to all that. They've been undermining neutrality. And the latest move now is to send, apparently, Irish soldiers to train and enhance, quote, is what they say, enhance the military capacity of the Ukrainian armed forces. This is intervening in a war without the permission of the Dáil, without, if you like, the triple lock that was supposedly agreed. This is obviously designed to undermine neutrality.
OK, Lisa Chambers.
Sorry, any suggestion that the Irish government is using this war to undermine our neutrality is an outrageous statement, not based on any evidence or any fact whatsoever, and I reject that completely. And also, the suggestion that the triple lock is required shows a lack of understanding as to what the triple lock actually is. It is not required for training missions. It is required if you send more than 12 troops to a combat zone. We are not doing that. No,
OK, but the government has agreed to send some Irish troops to assist in an EU defence mission.
In an EU training mission. There's a big distinction. No member state, none, are sending troops to Ukraine. So the triple lock is not required. We are also freezing Russian assets. We are submitting funds to European Peace Fund. We are housing over 70,000 Ukrainian refugees. We are participating in supporting Ukraine. This is one element of that.
So are you saying we're not neutral, actually?
We are military neutral, but we're not neutral when it comes to our political support for Ukraine. And there is a difference.
What actually is that, I suppose, Lisa Chambers,
where do you draw the line? If you've got a problem with sending our troops to train other troops to do things like
but I suppose what Kieran's saying is that we're pushing the boundaries all the time.
Well, we are sending troops that have specialisations in explosives, in disarming explosives, in medical training, in engineering. But if you have a problem with that, do you have a problem with us housing refugees? Do you have a problem with us sending money for peace supports? Do you have a problem with us freezing Russian assets? Where do you draw the line?
John O'Brien?
Are we really neutral where genocide is being committed by one side against another?
Do you think we shouldn't? Do you think we need to park this idea of neutrality in this country?
We have to put aside this ridiculous emotional attachment to neutrality.
Why?
We have
Why has it not served us well to this point?
We have the luxury of geography. We are not positioned where the Estonians are positioned. We haven't had the same historical experience.
Didn't we argue that we should just take advantage of that?
Fine. We've been free riding on the back of the American security guarantee through Article 5 of NATO since 1949. That's the reality. I'm saying simply that we should face up to this. The entire European security system is being reconstituted. We cannot, in my view, remain on the side. All of the partners that we have in the European Union, in the Baltic states and elsewhere, they gave us their steadfast support on Brexit when we really needed it on the existential question of the border.
But, you know,
we need to support them.